Hello everyone, this is Ankita, and in this video, I'll walk you through how to configure kits and create kits in OpenSpecimen. So we'll cover four parts here. One is to configure the events and specimen requirements in a collection protocol. Second, to set up the label format. Third, to enable the kits configuration. And fourth, to do the supply settings. So let's first start with the first part of configuring events and SRs, specimen requirement. A kit module in OpenSpecimen relies on the events and specimen requirement defined in the collection protocol, which basically tells what specific specimens are going to be collected at what time point. Okay, so let's first configure them. For ease of purpose, I've already done the configuration. So from the collection protocol overview page, I will go to the events. So these are the three events we have set up, and each event has a particular specimen requirement or specimen that needs to be collected. So in the baseline events, we have uh, whole blood collected in EDTA vacuum, which will be processed into plasma. In collection, we have like whole blood collected in serum separate vacuum, and it is basically processed into the serum. Similarly, for follow-up, we have whole blood in EDTA and processed into plasma. So that is the first part. Now, moving on to the second part is to auto-generate your visit and specimen labels. So, as kits are created before participant is registered or the kits are not linked to the participant, uh, visit and specimen labels cannot have anything related to participant. That participant token cannot be used. For example, PPID, PUID, and PPI-UID. So what I'll do is I will show you the configuration in the label formats and print settings. We have all the labels that we can put. So if you see for visit, I have used sysuid. You can also use event label underscore sysuid or event token, anything which doesn't relates to any participant. And then we have primary and the specimen tokens, wherein I have taken the visit name that's get generated earlier and then the specimen type and system UID. You can also use visit UID in this as well for the primary specimen labels as well. But if you see and nowhere the participant data gets linked for my kits. Okay. Next, I have allowed the user inputs for the visit as when I will be collecting my specimen, I will be scanning in the visit or the kit barcode that gets that that is used for that particular visit. Okay, so that is the second part wherein we are auto generating our labels and we are not using any tokens which is related to participant. Okay, now let's move on to the third part, which is enabling kits. Okay, so this allows OpenSpecimen to generate the kit labels. Okay, after the kits are enabled, the OpenSpecimen can generate the labels specifically for the kits so that they can be used to identify and track the kits before they are used. Okay, now let's go to OpenSpecimen and enable this. So again, this setting is in the label format and print part. In the CP settings, I'll just edit this and you can see in the miscellaneous setting, there's a kit labels part. So once you click on enable and like once you select the enable status, it enables your kit label generation. Okay, so this is the third part. And now the last part, what we will be doing is we will enabling the uh, supply settings configuration. So once now we have enabled the kit label. So kit will be generated. But now if we want them to be used for the visit that we create or for the specimen that we collect, so that they can be tracked as in how many are available, how many are consumed, and how many are expired. In order to do that, we need to do few settings in OpenSpecimen. Now what I will do is I'll go to the open specimen. There's a settings button over here. I'll click on the supplies and you can see there are different settings available over here. So let's go over it one by one. So the first one is, are barcoded items used in visit? Uh, so the kit barcode that is generated, if they're used in the visit or not. If we click on yes, it basically consumes the visit. Similarly for the specimen. Next is allow use of barcoded item by other collection protocol. So this ensures now, for example, in some cases your specimen requirement are same across the collection protocol. So in such cases, if I create a kit that can be used across the collection protocol if this is set to yes. Next is barcode validation mode. This setting basically helps the users to helps the system to validate when the kit is created. Set to strict, no other visit label is taken in by the system and an error is generated if doesn't match the kit labels. If it is relaxed, the system accepts the uh, kit label, other visit names as well. Okay, well, then there's receive sites wherein these are used for kit shipment. We can ignore this for now. Then we have some expiry reminders or notifications that the users receive. Uh, so whenever a kit is created, we do add the expiry date, as in when the kit is going to be expired. So if the user wants to get an email notification before the kits get expired, that is the number of days that needs to be set here. Expiry buffer, uh, even after the expiry date, if there's any buffer that needs to be set so that kits will be marked as expired after that n number of days. Low quantity mark and email notification will be sent when only that number of kits are available. And lastly, the notification recipient. So all this email notification or the all these settings we have done, to whom the email should be gone, that user should be selected here. Okay. Now what we will do is we will create kits. Okay. I will go to the overview and to the participant list page. From more, what we will do is we'll click on create kits. Okay. So this is where you select for what event you're going to create. You can create for one or more than one as well. I'll create for baseline for now. And then you can select if there's any supply side. So kits count, I'll create 5. Expiry date, I'll say 31st March and say create. Okay, now if you see, I have 5 kits over here which got created right now. This is the creation date. This is the expiry date that we sent. Now I will also download one kit and show you how it looks like. So if you see the PPID or a participant level information is blank right now, that is because it is not linked to any participant. Then it was the event baseline. That is the reason it is baseline event label. And then the visit name for what visit we have created this labels. Okay. And now comes the specimen label generated. So this is how you can create your kits, and this is how your kits look like. Will look like once you download it, and it is not linked to any participant. Okay. So in next video, what we will look at is how to associate it with the participant and how it gets consumed once a visit is created. Thank you for watching.